The Supreme Court has issued a significant notice, a directive that carries the potential to reshape the very landscape of commercial interactions across India. This notice could transform how business is conducted in India, impacting everything from small vendors to large corporations. The implications are far-reaching and promise a new era of transparency. Soon, every shop and commercial establishment, regardless of size or sector, may be required to adhere to a new standard of openness. They may soon be required to prominently display the owner's name and contact details right at the entrance, making it easily accessible to the public. This move aims to end the anonymity that has often shrouded business owners, particularly in smaller establishments. The goal is to foster trust and accountability. By revealing their identities, business owners become directly accountable to customers, fostering a stronger sense of responsibility and potentially improving customer service. The directive, officially sent to both central and state governments, marks a significant step towards regulatory reform. The Supreme Court now seeks feedback from these governing bodies on the feasibility and potential impact of implementing this rule across the nation. For consumers, this new regulation means knowing exactly who to contact and hold responsible if something goes wrong with a product or service. The court's intervention highlights existing gaps and potential weaknesses in current consumer protection mechanisms, pushing for a more robust system. And so the question is asked, should business owners have the right to remain faceless entities, shielded from direct accountability? Or does the very nature of public service and fair commerce demand a higher degree of transparency from those who engage in it? The ultimate outcome of this directive has the potential to redefine accountability and ethical practices in Indian commerce, setting a new precedent for business operations. The nation now awaits the government's official response, as well as the Supreme Court's final decision, which will determine the future of transparency in Indian businesses. We see the Supreme Court stepping in. But why is the Supreme Court involved in what seems like a consumer issue? What empowers them to take such action? It's because of a public interest litigation, or PIL. This legal avenue allows matters of public concern to be brought before the courts. A unique Indian legal tool, born out of the need to address widespread issues affecting the populace. It's a powerful mechanism that lets any citizen, regardless of their direct involvement, raise issues affecting the public at large. PILs allow the courts to proactively address matters like environmental protection, ensuring the well-being of our planet and its resources, human rights, safeguarding the fundamental freedoms and dignity of every individual, and, in this case, consumer rights, protecting citizens from unfair trade practices and ensuring fair market conduct. The Supreme Court uses PILs not only to resolve disputes, but also to fill legislative gaps, actively shaping policy where laws are insufficient. This ensures justice for all, especially the marginalized and vulnerable sections of society who may otherwise lack the resources to seek legal recourse. In this instance, the petitioner isn't seeking personal gain or individual advantage, but a systemic change for society's benefit, aiming to improve the lives of countless individuals through a broader legal intervention. The court's notice signals that the issue is serious, demanding immediate attention and consideration. It also indicates that the matter deserves national debate and scrutiny, encouraging public discourse and awareness. Through PILs, the judiciary acts as the conscience of the nation, upholding the principles of justice and fairness. It serves as a vital check on power, amplifying the people's voice and ensuring accountability from all sectors of society. This public interest litigation, or PIL, was sparked by the widespread frustration of countless consumers across the nation. These are everyday people just like you and me. They are often left unable to resolve issues with faceless businesses, encountering dead ends at every turn. The petitioner, a dedicated consumer rights activist, recognized this systemic problem. They highlighted how customers are frequently stonewalled by unhelpful staff, passed from person to person without resolution. Often, they can't reach the real decision-maker, the person with the authority to actually address their concerns. Without clear ownership readily available, responsibility is diffused and accountability vanishes. This lack of transparency makes grievance redressal nearly impossible, leaving consumers feeling helpless and unheard. The PIL argues that transparency is absolutely essential for a fair and just marketplace. This isn't just about resolving individual consumer complaints, though that is a critical part of it. It's also vital for law enforcement agencies tackling tax evasion, preventing fraud, and clamping down on other illegal activities. Displaying ownership details prominently would deter malpractice and create a more ethical business environment. This would empower both consumers, giving them a direct line of communication, and authorities, enabling more effective oversight. The ultimate goal is to rebalance the scales of justice in favor of the average citizen, ensuring fair treatment for all. By promoting transparency, we can foster a more trustworthy marketplace, where businesses are held accountable. The Supreme Court's willingness to hear this case underscores the strength and importance of this argument for greater transparency and consumer protection. If implemented, this rule could empower consumers by giving them direct access to business owners for quick resolution of complaints. It would encourage owners to maintain higher standards, knowing their reputation is directly at stake. Law enforcement and regulatory agencies would benefit from easier identification of responsible parties, streamlining inspections and investigations. In emergencies, immediate access to the owner's contact could be critical. Transparency could also build community trust, making local businesses more approachable and accountable. Over time, this could weed out dishonest operators and reward responsible entrepreneurs. The result? A more reliable, consumer-friendly marketplace. Ultimately, it's a step toward a culture of accountability in Indian retail. Not everyone is on board. Shop owners worry about privacy and security, fearing harassment or misuse of their contact details. Women entrepreneurs, in particular, are concerned about personal safety. There's also the risk of rivals abusing the rule to disrupt business with fake complaints. Practical issues arise. Many shops are run by tenants, not owners, and some businesses have multiple proprietors. Owners argue that existing grievance mechanisms should be strengthened instead of adding new burdens. They fear this rule could unfairly target honest businesses and complicate operations, especially for small enterprises. The debate highlights the need for a balanced, carefully crafted solution. The success of this rule depends on effective enforcement. Without it, the law could be ignored. The government must create a practical system for monitoring compliance, possibly using technology and clear penalties. If done right, this could usher in a new era of accountability and professionalism in Indian retail. Businesses may empower staff to resolve issues quickly, improving customer satisfaction. The Supreme Court's notice has sparked a national conversation about consumer rights and business transparency. The final outcome will reveal India's commitment to empowering its citizens in the marketplace. In the future, the customer may not just be king, but an informed, empowered participant in commerce.